What if I told you that the very behaviors you think are making you a good person are actually destroying your self-respect? That the kindness you show, the politeness you practice, and the consideration you display might be the exact reasons why people walk all over you. Here's a shocking truth backed by psychology. Respect isn't earned through submission, it's built through boundaries. Yet millions of people unknowingly engage in 5 devastating habits that systematically erode their dignity, leaving them feeling invisible, undervalued, and emotionally drained. Today we're going to expose these respect-killing behaviors that masquerade as virtues. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly how to break free from them and reclaim your power. Habit 1. The endless explanation trap. Picture this. Someone asks you to do something, and instead of simply saying no, you launch into a detailed explanation involving your schedule, your commitments, your pet's vet appointment, and your grandmother's birthday from 3 years ago. Sound familiar? This is called over-explaining, and research reveals it's actually a trauma response. When you feel compelled to justify every decision, you're unconsciously signaling that your choices aren't valid without external approval. Here's what's really happening. Every justification you give becomes a negotiation point. Each excuse opens a door for manipulation, argument, or pressure to change your mind. You're essentially teaching people that your no isn't final. It's just the opening bid in a bargaining session. The brutal reality? Strong people don't turn their decisions into debates. They communicate their choices and move forward. When you stop explaining yourself obsessively, you start commanding respect simply because you respect your own decisions first. Habit 2. Becoming everyone's unpaid therapist. You've become the go-to person for everyone's problems. Your phone buzzes with complaints. Your conversations are hijacked by other people's drama, and somehow you've become a human dumping ground for emotional baggage. This isn't friendship, it's emotional dumping. Research shows that people who consistently absorb others' negative emotions without reciprocity experience severe emotional burnout, anxiety, and a complete loss of their own identity. The most insidious part? These emotional vampires rarely offer support when you need it. They've categorized you as a resource to be used, not a person to be valued. Meanwhile, you're sacrificing your mental peace, your energy, and your time for people who see your kindness as an obligation, not a gift. The wake-up call. Healthy relationships require balance. When you constantly give without receiving, you're not being compassionate. You're enabling selfishness and destroying your own well-being in the process. Habit 3. The sorry syndrome. Sorry for bothering you. Sorry for taking up space. Sorry for having an opinion. Sorry for existing. If you find yourself apologizing for basic human needs and normal behavior, you're caught in what psychologists call chronic apologizing. This seemingly polite habit is actually a form of self-sabotage that signals to everyone around you that you believe you're an inconvenience. Research reveals that over-apologizing stems from low self-esteem and a desperate need for approval. But here's the twist. Instead of making people like you more, excessive apologizing makes you appear weak, uncertain, and easy to manipulate. Every unnecessary sorry is a message that says, "My presence is a problem." When you constantly diminish yourself this way, you give others permission to diminish you too. The truth, you have the same right to exist, speak, and take up space as anyone else. Stop apologizing for being human. Habit 4. The validation addiction. You check your phone obsessively for likes. You modify your opinions based on who you're talking to. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny and agree with statements you disagree with, all because you're addicted to approval. This validation-seeking behavior is a prison disguised as social harmony. When you constantly mold yourself to please others, you lose connection with your authentic self. Worse yet, the validation you receive isn't even real. People are responding to a carefully crafted version of you, not the real you. Studies show that external validation never satisfies because it's temporary and conditional. The moment you stop performing, the approval disappears. Meanwhile, you're left feeling empty, anxious, and unsure of who you actually are. The reality check. People respect authenticity, not agreeability. When you stand firm in your values and opinions, You attract genuine connections with people who appreciate the real you. Habit 5. Sustaining energy thieves. There's someone in your life who only calls when they need something. They ask for money, favors, emotional support, and your time, but vanish the moment you need help. These people have trained you to be their personal resource center while giving nothing in return. This is toxic generosity, kindness without boundaries that enables selfish behavior. Research on reciprocity in relationships shows that healthy connections require mutual investment. When you continuously give to people who only take, you're not being generous, you're being used. The psychological impact is devastating. You develop resentment, lose faith in people's goodness, and begin to question your own worth. You start believing that your value lies only in what you can provide for others. The hard truth: generous people deserve generosity in return. Kindness without boundaries isn't compassion, it's self-destruction disguised as virtue. The path to reclaimed respect. Here's what changes when you break these 5 habits. You become magnetic instead of desperate. People are drawn to those who value themselves because self-respect is attractive and inspiring. Your relationships improve dramatically. When you set boundaries, you filter out users and attract people who genuinely care about you. Your mental health transforms. You'll experience less anxiety, resentment, and emotional exhaustion because you're no longer carrying the weight of everyone else's problems. You discover your authentic power. True confidence comes from within, not from external validation. When you stop seeking approval, you start building unshakable self-worth. Your respect revolution starts now. Self-respect isn't selfish, it's essential. It's the foundation of every healthy relationship, every successful endeavor, and every moment of genuine happiness you'll ever experience. The people who truly care about you will respect your boundaries. Those who don't, they're showing you exactly who they are, and you can thank them for the clarity. Remember, you teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. Stop tolerating disrespect in the name of kindness. Your future self will thank you for the boundaries you set today. Which of these 5 habits resonated most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to start their own journey to self-respect. And if you found this valuable, share it with someone who needs to reclaim their power. Together we can break the cycle of people-pleasing and build a world where kindness comes with dignity attached. Your respect revolution starts with a single choice: choosing yourself.